Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn Along with Maitri. In our previous video, we learned about linear regression and some of the numerical problems using it. But what if we don't want to predict a number? What if we want to predict a category, spam or not spam, pass or fail, disease or healthy? That's why logistic regression comes in. Let's understand it in simple way. Linear regression predicts numerical values, for example, house prices, sales revenue, temperature, student marks, but many real world problems require categories instead of numbers. For example, will a student pass or fail? Is an email spam or not spam? Does a patient have a disease or not? These are classification problems, and logistic regression is designed specifically for classification. Let's look at some common applications. Spam detection, classifying emails as spam or legitimate. Disease detection, predicting whether a patient has a disease. Fraud detection, identifying suspicious financial transactions. Face recognition, checking whether a face matches an unknown user. Notice that all these problems involve categories rather than numerical values. Before making a decision, logistic regression first calculates a probability. The probability always lies between 0 and 1. A value close to 0 means no. A value close to 1 means yes. For example, 0.85 means 85% chances and 0.20 means only 20% chance. Instead of directly predicting a category, logistic regression predicts the probability first. The sigmoid function. Now comes the most important part, the sigmoid function. The sigmoid function converts any input into a value between 0 and 1. In the graph, it's a graph that looks like a shaped curve. This makes it perfect for probability prediction. No matter how large the input becomes, the output will always stay between 0 and 1. That's why logistic regression uses sigmoid function. Once we have the probability, we need to make a final decision. For that, we use something called decision boundary. The most common threshold is zero point 0.5. If the probability is greater than zero point 0.5, we predict a positive class. If the probability is less than zero point 0.5, we predict the negative class. The simple rules converts the probability into categories. Let's look at the logistic regression in action. Suppose an email contains words like free money. The model analyzes the email and calculates the probability. Assume the probability comes out to be 0.90. Since 0.90 is greater than zero point 0.5, the model classifies the email as spam. This is exactly how many email systems filter unwanted messages. Many beginners confuse these two algorithms, so let's compare them. Linear regression predicts numbers, logistic regression predicts categories. Linear regression uses straight line, logistic regression uses sigmoid curve. Linear regression is used for house prices and sales prediction. Logistic regression is used for spam detection and disease prediction. Both are important, but they solve different types of problems. Logistic regression is one of the most widely used classification algorithms. It is used in spam detection, disease diagnosis, fraud detection, customer churn prediction. Even though it is simple, it remains powerful tool in machine learning. Let's quickly recap. Logistic regression is used for classification. It predicts probabilities. It is used for sigmoid function. It creates decision boundaries. It helps solve real world classification problem. So thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, like the video, subscribe to learn along with Maitri, share it with your friends, and in the next video we will solve logistic regression numerical problems, solve step by step. So see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.